Hey, thanks for coming over to the sleepover. Um, so yeah, I think we should start off by just asking each other crazy questions. I'll be asking you some questions and then you'll answer them and so will I. I'm going to put this face moisturizer from a Clinique. I know you just wash your face, so I want to make sure that it doesn't get dry on you. Put some on your cheekbones, your forehead, and your neck area. And do you want some lotion? This one is Into the Night from Bot and Body Works. It has a light scent to it. Usually they have very strong scents. This one's a little more light. So I think for nighttime it's great. Do you want some for your hands? Yeah. I can put a lid on your face. Just a little bit. Okay. So let's start off with the questions. I'll be brushing your hair, girl, because I'll make sure it's not tangled for bedtime. So I got you, girl. How about we start with simple questions and then I'll ask you some more like exciting questions. So the first question is, what's your favorite Starbucks drink? And if you don't like Starbucks, I guess, are you more into like boba or, I don't know, some people love Jamba Juice. I love Jamba Juice, but their drinks are so expensive nowadays. By the way, don't mind my dog. He is barking at any noise he hears outside. But tell me, what's your favorite Starbucks drink? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that one's pretty good. Well, for me, it depends really. Like, if it's like a really warm day, I'm not going to order something hot. I will always, if it's a hot day, I love the iced caramel macchiato. And if it's like a cold day, my go-to is always the hot latte. I don't like my coffee too sugary, so I always just get the regular hot latte. I don't get like the vanilla hot latte. I used to, but as I'm getting older, I realize that I prefer my coffee not as sweet, you know? Yeah, like the last time I was there, I had a caramel frap, which I used to love, but honestly, I felt like it's not too sugary for me. And it's not like they added extra caramel, it's just, I feel like I'm just getting into more bold flavors and like not so sugary, you know? By the way, I think we need to cut like 2 inches of your hair. It's a couple of split ends, but you do have very beautiful hair. So next question. Does that feel good? Scratching your head. So what's the craziest thing you've done in high school? It could be anything really. It could be something with your friends, something that happened in the classroom, or tell me, what's the craziest thing you've done in high school? Oh yeah. Wow. That is crazy, girl. That is crazy. I mean, me, let's see. I wouldn't say it's the craziest thing, but it's kind of only thing that comes to mind right now is that I had a crush on this boy, right? And I he had a locker, and you know how lockers have like those vents, like those little holes, right? So I wrote him a note, just like pretty much telling him the crush that I had on him, but I didn't write my name down. And I remember I put it in his locker, and I have no idea what his reaction was, but I remember that uh, for a couple of days after that, the boys, like, we would share a couple of classes together, and his friends would, like, you know, do jokes about it and about his secret admirer. And oh my god, guys. Honestly, I probably made him a little uncomfortable with that note. But yes, I did that. Not only that, I remember we had like, you know, during Valentine's. I don't know if your school did this or not, but in our school, we could buy for $1 like a little Valentine's card, and you would say to who, to and from who, right? And I wrote secret admirer, and I wrote his name. And I wasn't. And then during class time, they deliver, you know, the little. I think they even come with like a little, um, like heart lollipop, you know. But I was not in his class, in that class when it got delivered to him. But my friend was, and she told me that he got so red. And he was like this very popular, outgoing guy, but oh my god, you guys. Honestly, I kind of felt guilty after that because I was like, you know, like, oops, like, I shouldn't have done that, you know? Obviously, looking back now, I'm like, how silly of me, right? Like, why would I do that? Like, especially if I'm not even saying who I am. Like, what's the point? Uh, yeah. But anyways, let's just go on to the next question. Uh, so for the next question, let's see. What's something you want to do this summer? Like something you're like, I have to go to this concert, or I have to visit this place, or anything. It can be anything. Something with a friend, something with your boyfriend if you have one. What's something you feel like, I need to get this done? You know? Tell me. Or like something you will want to do like in the near future, like this year for sure. You want to like check it off your bucket list. Okay. 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 Well, if that's what you want to do, you should do it, you know? Like if it's something that you mean you've been wanting to do, I mean, why not, right? You go do that, girl. For me, I've been wanting to do this for like a while now, and I haven't. Like right now it's summertime, so I have the excuse of, oh, it's too hot. So what I want to do is I want to go wine tasting. I never been to a winery, and I know that there's like a lot of like more simple places, and there's like very nice large, you know, wine tasting where you probably want to like rent and a hotel or someplace for you to stay, because it might take you more than one day to explore the area. But I really, really want to go wine tasting. And yeah, I heard that there's like a nice place around here. Not here, but it's a good drive, I would say that. But I think I want to do that more like towards late fall, just because the beginning of fall is still hot, and that's when all the wildfires happen. And this area that I'm thinking about, it's like it's around that area, like the trees and everything. And I don't know. And I honestly, more than anything, I don't want to put up with the heat. I don't do well around hot weather. So I think what I want to do is, I feel like October would be like the perfect month to go, because I feel like it won't be too hot, but it won't be too cold. So yeah, even November, if it's not like raining, um, like if it's that type of weather where you just need like a nice light jacket, I'm all for it. But yeah, that's something I want to check off my bucket list this year. So let's go on to the next question. What's like the scariest experience you ever had? Now, I guess we'll check off like anything paranormal, or it's just personal story. Like maybe, I don't know, somebody was following you, or I don't know, something scary that has happened. What's like your scariest, as far as like maybe you were on vacation and something happened, or have you ever been in a situation where like you feel like somebody is following you? In my family, there's been more than one person that has been followed. And like, it's crazy to me how common that is. Like, but yeah, have you ever been like followed by someone? Like, yeah, that's like the thing, right? Like sometimes we're not 100% sure, but we think they're following us. I know one of my sisters had an experience here close to home. Well, she was walking home and it was nighttime. And I remember she told us when she got home that, so she used to work nearby, and her shift ended at nighttime. And she was young. She must have been like 17 or so. And she was working part-time. And I remember she said that a car got close to her. And the guy was like, being flirtatious. But she got uncomfortable, And so she kept walking and walking a little bit. She said that he wouldn't go away. He kept insisting. So what she ended up doing is she ended up going inside a house that was not our house. It was like, a couple houses down from, because she was close to home. She doesn't work that, well, didn't used to work that far, because she doesn't work there anymore. But she didn't used to work that far from home, right? So, but I guess her instinct probably told her to get inside the house. So she said, I opened the little gate in the front of the house. I get in, and then she's like, that she pretends to knock, and that the guy just drives off. So, I guess I can say that's a follow story, because he might not be like walking behind her, but um, yeah, that's one story that I have about somebody being followed, my sister. But that was smart of her, right? Like, to pretend to live there. She said she waited like a minute or so, and then she's just like, you know, I think she ran the rest of the way home, which, like I said, it was very close to home. So she probably got here like pretty soon after that. But yeah. So, should we do like a final question here? Let's see. Let's see. Do you have any ideas? What should be the last question? I got your brain. I'm trying to get it out of the way so I can brush the back of your hair here. I'll give you some scratches for now. Let's see. If you can open up any kind of business, what kind of business would it be? Just anything. But not just anything. Not like, oh, I want to open up this company because it will make me a lot of money. No. Like something that you're like, I have a passion for this. I think I'll be good at this. What's like something you would want to, have a business in? Like what's something you would want to have? It can be like a store. It can be like anything really. Maybe you're good at making donuts. I don't know, right? You're like, I want a donut shop, or what's something you want to do? If you had like the money, like, or the opportunity, what would that be? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna add this little thing here. I used to, when Judge Judy had her show and everything. It wasn't on that show, but it was on. I mean, I think everyone knows who Judge Judy is, right? If not, Google her. But I used to love watching her show. I know it's no longer airing. I think it's just like repeat episodes. But anywho, I know she has like a new show, but I haven't watched that show. But she's having an interview. I don't know where. It's like a video about it. You can find it on YouTube. And she was saying like, if you didn't make it in your 20s, you can make it in your 30s. And if you didn't make it in your 30s, you can make it in your 40s, and so on and so on. And then she talks about how, I think it's Vera Wayne, the designer, how she didn't really make it till she was like 40. And this great painter, I believe she didn't make it till she was like in her 80s or 80 years old. And so to me that's like an inspiring thing to hear, because it's true. It's like you don't, you never know. Like that's what if you want to open up a business, if you have a passion for something, like it could happen for you, and if you work hard, it could definitely happen for you, right? But yeah, I just wanted to add that in here. I think some people don't like Judge Judy. I do think she's very smart, and I do think that um, I don't know. Like when she was doing her cases, I feel like she sees the whole story. If you don't like Judge Judy, don't judge me. I'm just saying, you know, I like Judge Judy. You don't have to like her, but I do. I think one of my brothers was like, oh, I think he would find her like annoying or something. So you see, not everybody likes Judge Judy, right? But anyways, getting back to the topic, I guess it's my turn now. I would want to open a drive-through coffee shop. I love coffee. Love coffee. And they're getting very creative nowadays with coffees. Like, there's, they're not near my house, unfortunately, but I know there's places that sell coffee, like fraps. And they have like something called like a mazapan frappe, horchata frappe, and I'm really curious to try those. I know I said I'm losing my interest for sweet drinks, but I love horchata, and I'm not that big on horchata, but I do, I do enjoy the flavor. So, I don't know, I would love to open up a drive-through coffee shop, and I want to have all kinds of flavors, and I just feel like it's more me. Like instead of opening up I like the idea of just being quick. What do you want to drink? Here you go. And there's not much, you don't have to worry about setting up the tables or, it's just, I feel like more simple, which is, I think that's who I am as a person in general. I'm just very simple. And I just feel like that's more my vibe. I mean, so hey, if one day I have the money and I want to, like, why not, right? Do I think opening up a Starbucks would probably make me more money? Yes. But like I said, I'm just more simple, and life's too short. I don't want to live life personally, right? Everyone's different. I personally don't want to live my life, and I just realized this like 2 years ago. My mentality has changed so much. I don't want to live my life pursuing just money hungry. I want to live my life pursuing happiness. And me owning a Starbucks, I don't see that making me happy. Me owning a drive-through coffee shop, I do see that making me happy. Because at the end of the day, we don't know how long we're going to be here. And being young means nothing. I'm currently, one of our family members is, pretty ill. I won't say anything because that's for him, his story. And he's a young person, and it's just those unexpected things that happen that you're just like, you don't expect, you don't see coming your way, and then they do. And then it's just, I think the older we get, we lose more people that we love. We go through certain experiences in life, and yeah, and I think for me, it's like an eye-opener. Like we have to do what makes us happy, not what, obviously money is happiness, because we need money for health insurance, we need money to be healthy, we need money to buy our medications, we need money to be independent, right? To live alone, to have an apartment, and to have a car. But yes, I will definitely want to do something that I love. So that's it for the last questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video, and thanks for letting me play with your hair. But it's getting late now, so girl, your hair is done. Now it's time to go to bed. You have your face cream on. I still love this one. I still like it a lot, but I don't love it anymore. So I'll say that about this one. The one I use, if I make it up here a little bit. Okay. This one right here. This is the, hopefully I pronounce it. It's the Tatcha, the dewy skin cream. It is like, I think like 60 something, $70. But it comes with this little like spoon there. I don't really use the spoon. At first I did, but now I don't really care. It's like a light purple color, lilac, I believe it's called. The smell is super mild, which when I was older, what am I saying? When I was younger, I used to have like strong smells, but now I prefer like less chemicals, more lightweight. Just this is really, if you have really dry skin, this is your, you want to get this, trust me. Yeah, because when you get a little older, your skin texture changes and you actually have more like dry skin and your makeup just doesn't apply as smooth. So I'm like, I'll be using like, you know, my face, cleansing my face. I will be like using a face scrub and it still wouldn't be that smooth. But this helps out so much. I'm just talking about this because I did use them. But yeah, this one is good. But I think it's definitely more oily. This one, I feel like it's just more for me personally. I don't want something too oily on my skin. This one has like a very mild scent to it, which I like. And sometimes when I do want to be a little extra, you know, because I'm going out, I have perfume and everything, but this one also smells. My brother gave me this for, I think it was like an exchange for Christmas gifts. The Dream Bright Bath and Body Works. It has like a very, like kind of like a floral, sweet smell to it. It's the best way I can describe it. But yeah, okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Night night. Thanks for letting me play with your hair. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Night night.